That's all the combat. So back to the Norman roll. So we have 1 for Bishop Odo, 3 for William, and 2 for Eustace. I think we got to do that, don't you? Okay, so the knights are probably hitting home.
Two. That's it for them. 1 down here.
Okay.
There.
Slightly off camera, we have Rabble in the Woods attacking Skirmisher.
1. Two. And why not? 3.
Here they come again.
All right.
Here we go. So the entire game, Brian has been trying to set up exactly this move. So we have a heavy foot, Saxon, double overlapped, facing a knight. So he starts at a 3, uphill is a 4, down to a 2 because of the double overlap. Brian's knights will be a 3. So it's 3 to 2 with the knight shattering. And we have a 2 is 4, 5 plus 3 is 8. He's shattered. And whether it is doubled or not doesn't matter because the knights always charge forward. So now we have knights punching a hole through the Saxon line on the left flank.
So I've got 12 and 6. That's 18.
And that breaks.
My command breaks.
Yeah, so that breaks the left flank. So this flank, this command at the end of this turn will be demoralized. And so the demoralized command will not fight as well and will have limits in what it can do.
So we'll go here next. So I'm going to be a 3. You're a 3 to a 4 down to a 3. So 3 to 3. So 6 to 4.
Didn't double you, but almost did.
And then next door, that will be I'm down to a 2.
3 to a 4,
Back
down to a 3.
3 to 2. So I'm a 5. You're a 7.
Backing off. Okay. Then we got our favorite skirmisher.
0 to 6. 4 to 12.
And he'll do the famous evade and doubling, pull him out.
Let's go here now.
Okay, so now we have another double overlapped heavy foot with a knight facing off. So he starts out with the
3 to a 4.
3 to a 4, down to a 2, facing a knight at 3. Knight shatters. But he rolled a 1. That's not good, Larry.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. But the knight charges forward into double overlap.
Which is the problem.
Which is the problem with knights. Yeah.
And then we just got the skirmisher versus rabble, 2 to 2. Neither one
They
wants
both
it.
rolled a 1,
Neither
so
one wants it.
apparently they didn't want that bad.
All right.
5.
2. Hey, big money. Big money. Whammy. 6.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what happens with the demoralized command. We had this in the Hatton video, and I kind of went over it before, but in normal Triumph, when your command breaks and it's the only command in a 48-point, let's say, on 48-point game, that'd be the end of the game. In Grand Triumph, with an army this big, just because one command breaks doesn't mean it's over, but this command is demoralized. It fights at a -1, and anything you don't give an order to or is not in combat will make a route move.
Mhm.
Your command distance is cut in half, so normally the command distance would be 2 of these sticks. Now it's only going to be 1 of these sticks. Fortunately for you, everybody's close, so nobody's out of command. If your general's dead, that's bad. Anything that routes out of command, so if the general was dead and anything routed, we just pick it up.
Mhm.
Anything you don't give a command to is going to start running towards the back edge of the board, which is not very far away for this army. So, but with 6, you should be able to tell everybody to either stand where they are or go into combat. You can move into combat, but you will fight at a -1. So now the goal on the left is hold the left for as long as possible and win someplace else, hopefully. Although, Brian, that command of yours is a little beat up too. So what you've got 2 elite foot dead,
Yeah, so
1 heavy foot and a skirmisher. So you're down 14. That command breaks at over 17. So
he kills another elite,
kills another elite.
or a knight, or a Jav Cav. Be in trouble.
Right. You could stand to lose the rabble or a skirmisher, but anything else in that command, your command, Eustace command, would also break. So
Heavy
been a lot of
heavy foot can die too.
heavy foot could die as well. Yep. So a 3-point stand won't kill you, but a 4-point stand will, or 2 rabble. But I'm pretty sure those are elite rabble at this
They
point.
are elite. Yes.
So that's
All right.
1.
So for 1 command point, he's going in because he's trying to get a kill.
And if I go here, that goes to 4, and then I have to give commands to these guys to stay, correct? If I move them up, then I still have to give them each a command point.
Correct.
And
But now you've reformed a group.
right.
So if they stay in this formation as a group, they can stay. You've got
We
one
should
group
probably
here.
be all, because
They should all be lined up.
yeah.
Yeah. So you've now formed a group,
Right.
and it's nice to be in a group when
Yeah.
you're demoralized,
Demoralized.
obviously.
Now here, I can't move into combat because he's here, correct?
No, you can. Here's why. You have zone of control here, zone of control here. You can attack anybody who's got you in zone of control. Since you're
Okay.
double zone of control, you can pick your enemy. You don't have
Right.
room to hit this guy because of him. But
Right.
you can hit him.
Do I want to hit him?
Technically, you're also in this guy's zone of control, but you don't have the movement to swing around and hit
Right.
him. Too slow.
On this side, the dilemma is he moved forward with the main infantry line, trying to get a kill. It's time to come off the hill, plus it makes 1 group. Here, you've got a heavy foot in multiple zone of control, and another heavy foot that's basically holding off this rabble from the rear, so hard to say.
Well, I'm going to move in here
Okay.
for 1.
Difficult situation. You've got a knight
No, I
that's going to
can
be
move.
charging right through there.
I can move him 2.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is he in zone of control?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yep, he is just in zone control. So he can move 2. Could pivot him.
And he only moves 3, right?
He only moves 3, correct. He's no faster than you are. He would be able to hit you. He's not probably
No,
your
I
biggest
need to
threat.
worry
The
about
knight's
him.
probably your biggest threat. Because if you thought rabble in the rear was bad,
Yeah, knights.
knights in the rear even worse.
Yeah.
And we haven't even been drinking today, folks.
Okay. So there's that. I think I'm going to bring him back.
Using 2
my
command to bring
2.
him back.
And then down here, I've got 5.
And down on this end, 5 command pips. You do have a knight that's potentially in trouble there.
There's nothing else I can do for that, though.
Not much you can do to help that. Yeah, you could charge down the hill.
I don't want to do that.
You've been doing pretty good on top of the hill so far.
I've been doing pretty good on the top of the hill.
It's always the classic situation. Where can I avoid losing and where can I win?
I probably do not want to do that because I can't.
You could.
Can I?
Yeah, you could. You can. That's within 2 MU.
But do I want to do that?
Well, the tricky part when you're fighting with rabble and skirmishers, those low numbers, it's the die roll that decides who dies.
Yep.
Or who runs away.
I think I would do that.
All right.
Okay. 2 to 1 on the skirmisher.
A 4.
8.
No. I don't accept it.
You don't accept
okay.
it? Okay, so these rabble on this end are not cut from the same
They are
cloth
not.
as
They are
the
not
other
elite.
rabble.
They are not elite rabble.
They are not elite rabble. Okay.
All right.
So with that,
Here.
we're going to move down towards the center more. Okay.
So I'm just a 3. I'm a 1.
Oh.
All right. So
9 to 7.
9 to 7. No shatter, no double. Nope. The knight pulls out.
All right. We're going to go here first.
Okay.
So I'm a 6 to a 7.
Down 1 for demoralized
So I'm a
command.
6. You're a 5 to a 4.
Yep, 6 to 4.
10 to 11. I lost
Okay.
by 1.
So pushed him back.
Oh no, I passed through skirmishers.
You would actually, pass through a skirmisher if you didn't have the room to push him.
Okay.
And the next one.
So I'm a 5 to a 6 down to a 5. You're a 4. Oh, and I'm a,
And you're overlapped.
yeah. So I'm a 6 to a 5
Overlap to a
to
4.
a 4. So 4 to 4.
4 to 4. And he beat you by 1, so you're going to push back.
And it's 3 to 4. So I'm 8 to your 5.
8 to 5, push back.
Okay, is that all? That's all, everything? I think so.
That is all the combat, so it's going to be the Norman's turn.
That helped a ton. I roll any more 1s for command. I can't even complain about the 1s for combat. It's just been command.
Yeah.
3 and 6.
So for our Norman turn, we've got a 1, a 3, and a 6. It's time for Bishop Odo to make his move.
There's 1. That's it for them.
Oh, that's just mean.
I know.
So on this end, we've got the heavy foot moving into the heavy foot without a place to fall back again. So that could be a death there, with not too much risk for Eustace. Finally got that knight to punch a hole through, and now we got to figure out how to get through him. We're still trying to decide if we're going to wrap up this battle with beer or wine. Beer if the English win, and wine if the Normans win.
Okay, bring that knight back in there, will you?
And we have more chicken action going. Oh.
Starting here.
So I'm a 9 to 9. They lock, of course. So I'm a 6 to 10. Not enough. Let's go here. So I'm a 4 to a 5 down to a 4.
And I'm a 1. So I'm a 2 to your 5.
Double, evade, pull out. All right.
And then let's go here.
Elite foot.
5 to a 6 down to a 5. And that's a elite foot, right? 5 to 5. So 9.
So that one's going to push the house crawl back.
Let's go down here. So I'm a 2 to 2, right? Can I start at a
2. Yep. Well, you started
at
at
a 4?
You started at 4.
I go up to
Uphill is a 5.
So I'm a
Minus
3.
2. You're a 3. 3 to 2.
7 to 4.
Backing that
5
guy
to
up. All right.
So I'll make that an even fight at 4 to 4.
4 to 4. Backing up the Norman heavy foot. So now you're going to have an elite versus a heavy.
So 5 to 4.
It'll actually be 4 up to 5 and 5 down to 4. Yep, so 5 to 4.
A 6 to 8. And so 6 to 4. 10 to 12.
10 to 12, so
And then
Jav Cav is going to be
3 down to a 3 to a 4 down to a 3, right?
I'm a 2.
Oh, Larry. Larry.
There we go. So we got a 6 to 3, so doubled. Evade. And that was it for the combats. Saxon command.
4. All right, so I'm going to hold these guys. Do I want to go forward? Skirmishers don't do anything against elite foot, correct? They just
Well, the
They
elite
just
foot,
evade, right?
elite foot would cause a skirmish to evade. So
no use in me doing that.
Demoralization is only a 1, not a 2.
-1 to the combat. That's in the Grand Triumph draft rules. So it's not in the rule book because Grand Triumph's not in the original rule book, but the Grand Triumph rules, which are draft and available online, we use the demoralization rules to kind of represent the breaking of a command.
Holding those for 1,
Mhm.
2. He's in combat, so I don't have to worry about it.
Correct. You don't have to hold him if he's in combat. You gave him a command, so he doesn't move. Yep.
So I think that takes care of all my guys on that command.
Demoralization is extremely devastating if you don't roll command pips, if your general is dead, or if you have a lot of different breakup of groups that you have to command. And unfortunately for you, unfortunately for Larry, he didn't have any of those problems yet.
And he's still getting the uphill bonus, which for the most part.
By coming forward, he's maintaining that uphill bonus, yeah. So in the center here,
I'm going to do 1.
you fool! Fell right into your trap, didn't he?
I'll move these guys up for my second one.
All right, so
Oh, wait a second. Nope, sorry, hang on.
hang on, make sure it's the right
There you
command.
go. That's 2.
All right.
Okay.
So he's swung a heavy foot onto the flank of the knight, exposing him horribly to the jab cav. But probably worth it if he kills the knight. At this point, with one command broken, I think Brian, he's got to make something happen.
I was going all for nothing.
I just wanted to break out my you fool line.
Ah, you've been saving that the whole game?
Yeah, they've been just itching to get that out there.
Now at this point, the Battle of Hastings, which was all laughs and giggles when we started, has turned into a serious chess match. So Larry just swung his skirmisher in to attack Brian's skirmisher in a cheap bit of skullduggery.
So I'm a 2 to a 1, back up to a 2. You're a 2 down to a 1.
Correct.
Would you roll?
He rolled a 1, so he's going to bounce. And his friends are going to bounce.
Yep.
Where's our next fight? Do I need to bring in the zoom? We need to zoom in for this one? This looks like something we should probably pay attention to. Do we have a potentially dead knight over there?
I think what I'm going to do, is it worthwhile for me? Definitely worthwhile for me to do this one first. So I'm a 5 to a 6.
We're going to move in here for video.
You're a 5 to a 4.
1 second, guys. My camera is actually having a problem. All right, here we go.
So 6 to 4.
Okay.
12 to 7.
12 to 7. So he's going to push a heavy foot off, thus giving him an advantage against the knight, which is surrounded now, because that's what happens to knights
So
when they
I'm a
charge in.
3 to a 4. You're a 3 to a 1.
Correct. Down for the 2 overlaps on either flank.
So I'm a 4. He's a dead.
And he is dead. So we have our first knight.
I think we
victim.
doubled, right?
You did double. Charge forward.
Okay. All right. We're going to go here first. 4 to 3.
3's because you're demoralized.
Oh, that's
three.
right.
So demoralize 3, overlap 3. But we have a
So
6 to 4. Because Brian rolled a 1. We'll back those guys up.
All right. So I guess we go here. So I'm a 5 to a 6, back down to a 5, overlapped, right?
Mm-hmm.
To a 4. So you're a 5 to a...
You're 5 to my 4.
Yeah.
So I'm an 8.
Oh!
You're a 6.
So that pushes them back.
Okay. I think that's it, right?
And that's all our combats.
All
All right, so we're going to go to the Norman command pips.
Just praying for some pips here.
So Norman command pips.
3.
3.
Don't even know what to do with all those. 1. That's more like it. And 6. All right, so for 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
That's it for them. In the center, I only get 1.
Bringing the knight over. Well,
And for 1.
you knew you were going to pay for that.
We have to start doing something.
You got to figure out a way to break his command somehow. Part of the problem is there is a point in time when the Anglo-Saxons have to make something happen once a flank starts to collapse. Your left flank's in trouble.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, so we have Jav Cav hitting the skirmishers, but this time they're not in the woods.
So that breaks his zone of control, correct?
That does break his zone of control, correct. So now your skirmisher is free to move. The only danger of attacking the skirmisher is that the Jav Cav could be killed by them, but you do have a big advantage. Hitting them in the flank.
Are these guys forward Or are these guys back?
They're
These guys
forward.
Forward.
They're forward. So he is still uphill from you.
Okay. This whole line is still uphill.
Yeah.
Okay. Except this guy here is not.
That guy
That's
is
correct.
not correct.
Were they in touching or no?
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
you
1,
got
2, 3, 4. So I still got 2 command points there.
I'm going to zoom in again on this underline.
I
so you
think
can
these
see.
guys were always supposed to be back here in line, right? Because I didn't move those guys. I don't think,
Right.
have I?
Right. They should be somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a little difficult because that's where the bend of the
Yeah.
hill is. But
Yeah.
basically, he's trying to go for that overlap on the skirmisher.
So you did 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 2 more, right?
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else I want to do at this point.
Oh, my general.
Leave it there.
It is your general,
My
correct?
general is double overlapped.
All right. Let's go down here.
Okay.
There.
I'm gonna adjust the camera to that end, guys.
I want him
So,
dead.
wait a minute. I'm gonna bring the other camera
I
in.
want him dead.
4 to 2.
Okay, so we have 4 to 2.
I'm a 10.
And I'm a 4.
Okay, so the rabble prevents any escape even if he wasn't doubled, and because he was doubled, you charge forward. So this guy started at a 3, down for demoralized, to a 2, down to a 1.
Down to a 1.
This guy's a 3, but he is overlapped, so he's a 2. So it's 2 to 1. Night Shatter, though.
So I'm a 4.
Okay,
3.
so 4 to 3, the Night Shatters and charges forward.
Where was he at exactly?
Right there.
He's going to end up, he was at the back edge of that guy, he'll end up with his back edge on the
Okay.
back edge of the heavy foot. There we go.
All right.
No more combats on this end. We do have a combat here.
Here.
So
So-
Knight in the flank.
With a heavy foot.
So the heavy foot starts at a 3.
Now here's a good question.
Yeah.
If, because they are now turned and facing another
He's still
direction,
uphill.
they still get the uphill?
Correct. So the you go by the combat edge. So whoever's combat edge is closer to the crest line.
Okay.
So he's still uphill, but he is hitting the flank. So basically the hill advantage is wiped by the flank.
Okay.
So he starts
So
at
I'm
a
a
3, goes up 1 for the hill, goes down for the flank. He's a 3,
I'm
and you're a 3, but you shatter him.
Senate command. So I'm a 5. What'd you roll?
5
To a
to a 7, so you're going to back off, and you can pass through the skirmishers.
Okay. And then here, I'm going to be a 3.
3. This guy's a general.
Yep.
So he starts at a 3, goes to a 4, uphill's a 5,
Down to a 3.
down to a 3 because he's double overlap.
3 to 3.
3 to 3.
I'm a 5.
So he's going to back up. No doubling. No doubt. Now, important thing, he is an elite, so he could kill a Jav Cav if he had doubled him.
All right,
So we're
let's-
down here.
Let's go here.
Skirmishers.
Yep. So I'm going to be a
2 to his 1, but he's uphill, so he's a 2. So it's 2 to 2.
Am I overlapped?
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah, I
canceled
got
by
that.
the over uphill.
So 5 to 7. I fall back.
Mm-hmm.
And then there, I'm going to be a 0 to your
A 0 to 2.
2. So
He's
8 to
definitely
4.
evading.
Yep.
Yep, and you're doubled, so you charge forward. End up back there.
And the last one there.
You would normally be a 1 versus mounted. So the skirmisher hitting the flank is going to be a 0 versus mounted, but he is uphill, so he's a 1. Jav Cav's a 3.
So I'm a 5.
To a 2.
So doubled, dead. Jav Cav charges forward. Not quite into the woods.
Okay.
My command points, all right?
Saxon command points.
1, that didn't help.
You don't have anybody in danger of breaking yet, or new breaking.
5.
Should I?
What do you-
I don't. Can you make it?
I didn't
I
what
see
you
what you were
were
measuring,
measuring.
but I don't think you can get there because you got to get. Well, no, you got to get that corner
Right.
to there.
Yeah.
And that corner. Yeah, you
I
can.
can do
You
it.
can just
Yeah.
do it. Only. Yeah, you can just do it. Well, that seems the most logical is for heavy foot farmers in a shield wall to charge out of the
Right.
shield wall into the side of the knights. That would make sense to me, especially when they're demoralized.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter at this point. The problem is that you need him to not roll so many command pips, Brian, on his turn down there.
He's had good command points down there.
Yeah, he has.
Pretty much every turn. There's been one or two where he didn't, but it's not at the right moment for me.
So I'm going to zoom in on the move that just got made there.
I want to, for the record,
So what we just
I was
did
here.
is we moved the heavy foot, who had just enough movement to hit the knight in the flank.
I want a morale check.
A morale check. Well, there's no morale checks in Triumph. You either get your command points or you don't. That is your morale check.
Yeah.
Lack of command points.
Good thing I made this bring out your dead box for you, huh?
Lucky we're on camera.
Well, the best part is not only we're on camera, but I get to edit it.
Mm-hmm.
I will sound a lot smarter when after we get done editing, and you guys maybe not so much.
Yeah.
It's tricksy down there, isn't it?
So, okay. So
You
I'm
don't
just
have
gonna
to do
I'm going
anything.
to hold
You
everybody
hold that
else.
group.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I'm doing.
Well, I don't think that things get serious till the Horde get into it. So
that's where the rubber meets the road.
that's where we get all
Man, I wish I had two down here.
all the tamales.
Welcome to my world, Larry.
Mm-hmm. At this point in the game, remember back to the beginning where you were basically not even taking turns because you didn't need to.
Yeah.
But why would I have taken turns
No.
at first?
No reason to come off that hill.
That's
Nope.
right.
Oh, look, they're moving around down there.
Doing a quick summary for the folks watching at home while Larry thinks through his next move. We're still on camera. So essentially, there's a chance to break Eustace's command if he can kill something over here. He's got an opportunity with this knight, potentially. But his command is demoralized. In the center, Harold's command remains relatively untouched, with no losses.
No, I got one.
Oh, sorry, one heavy foot.
Oh, no, sorry. That's this one.
No, I think Harold's still good. Harold's still solid.
Yeah.
So we've lost a knight out of William's command in the center, and we've lost 9 points on the right flank. So the right flank's still holding pretty solid, and we've lost 7 points. Oh, sorry, yeah, 8 points out of Odo's command. So still only have one broken command, but it's still in reasonably good shape. If he can manage to slow Eustace down or break Eustace's command, it's still going to be a fight in the center. Once again, I should mention for Grand Triumph, in order for this battle to be completed, you have to get one of the armies down to half the points, or we have to achieve Nightfall time limit for the attack for the Normans.
All right, we're going to go forward.
Are you going for it? And you think it's time? Are you bringing your horde?
Bringing everything.
Everything. He's
Oh,
going all in, Chief.
feeling the earth move.
Okay, so at this point, the Saxons are coming down off the hill, charging into the busted up Norman line to see if they can make something happen before their left flank collapse causes them more serious trouble. Is that one of your dudes? Okay.
Now, would that cost 2?
Yeah. That would be 2 because the one guy was out of position, and he was technically coming back up the hill. Yeah, you're moving further up the hill. It's going to be 2 for heavy foot or close order.
Now my elite foot can kill these guys, right?
Your elite foot can kill
If I
Bad
double.
Cap. Your elite foot general, if he doubles him, can kill him. Whoa! The Saxons are going all in. So the remaining unbroken Saxon commands are
Right.
charging down the hill.
That's going to cost an extra command point because that heavy foot was in the woods.
The one was in the woods.
So you have to leave him behind.
Or, yeah, either that or he stays there.
All right.
Okay?
We're going all or nothing down here, baby.
Okay, so we're on this end. We have the knight, which is hitting the flank, goes from a 3 to a 2. He's technically overlapped.
Why?
No, he's not overlapped because those are both Brian's
Yeah, those are
guys
both Brian's
facing
guys.
each other.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a knight.
Plus 1 for moral support.
So he's got a knight down to a 2. He's got demoralized heavy foot 3 down to a 2 because of demoralized. However, the knight shatters him, and if he loses, he has to turn and fall back. He doesn't have a place to fall back, so he would be destroyed. So loser dies.
2 to 2.
2 to 2. High die wins. Oh, and we have a 3. A 3. You don't charge forward because it was on the flank. So he actually stays right there.
Oh, okay.
So 3 to 6. So the knight wins, shatters the demoralized heavy foot, but doesn't charge forward because that was a flank attack.
Okay.
All right, so where do you want to go next, O King Harold?
We're going to go here.
All right, so we're going in the middle where he's created this huge mess, but he has a double overlap on a heavy foot. So we have heavy foot double overlap.
Two,
Goes
1, 2.
4 to 2,
Plus 5, plus 1.
and you're going to be a 4 plus 1 is a 5. 5 to 2. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have a 1,
Still got him.
but he still got him because they both rolled so low. All right, so
All right, let's take a look here. You're going to have to move a little bit, Ron.
no problem.
Those are all heavy foot, or elite foot.
Yeah, elite foot versus your all heavy except, well, these are elite.
Yeah. So we're going to go there, I think. Let me think for a second.
Well, you have an overlap here.
Mm-hmm. And an overlap
Here,
here.
overlap there.
So he'll be a 4 to a 5.
To his
He'll be a
5.
5 to a 4. Because he's overlapped.
Yeah, 5 to 4. So you actually have an advantage there. You could push him off.
And then he's a 6 to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 5 to a 4. So I've got advantage wherever I go.
Correct. It's hard to kill with these
Yeah.
heavy foot and elite foot pushes. But if you can build up a double overlap somewhere, you might do it.
That's where I'm going to go here. So I am a 5 to a 6
Okay?
to a 5.
But he rolled a 6. And you rolled a 6. So you did push him back, which does create that
Which is
double
what I want.
overlap that you're looking for on either side.
Yep.
So you now have his 5 goes down to a 3.
And I'm a 5.
So 5 to 3.
So 8.
Or locked.
Locked. And here, once again,
It's the same
5 to
thing.
3.
So I'm on 5 to your
Beat him by 1. Or by 2, but just enough to push him back.
All right.
Now down here, there's some interesting stuff going
So
on.
I'm a 6 to his 4.
Correct.
Although I'm going to go here.
Well, he would be a
He's
Start
a
as a-
7.
starts at a 3.
Oh, why don't I?
Because versus mounted.
Yep.
Starts at a 3, goes to a 4 for uphill,
Yep.
and then he's a general, so he's a 5. So he's going to be a 5 to his 3. If he doubles him, he could kill him. These are elite, and these are elite. So What you're looking for now is you're looking for someplace to create that double overlap where you can get the maximum advantage.
Which would be here. That's where I want to go.
All right.
Because they're not up there.
Nope. That's just going to be
So
a
that'd
5
be
to 4.
Yeah, 5 to 4.
But you could push some guys off going down the line.
Which they'd have to go back behind the knights, or they push back the knights?
They would push back the knights.
Okay. We'll just do here.
Okay.
So I'm a 3 to a 4, right?
To a 5.
4 for a
5.
pill, and yeah, general. So you're going to
to
be
3.
5. So 5 to 3.
5 to 3.
Okay. So Brian rolled a
7.
7. Gets a total of 7, and you got a total of 11. So now you've created another double overlap.
So I'm a 5 to a 6, and he's a 5 to a 3.
A 6 to your 7.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go here.
Okay.
So I'm a 5 to 5, right?
5 to 5.
10 to 7.
Pushes you back 10 to 7. Yep, or you can flip them out. Because those are both heavy foot.
I think I'll go here.
Okay.
So I'm a 4 to a 3 to a 4 to his 4. 4 to 4.
8 to 5.
We talked about that one last time. All right.
All right, we'll do here. So I'm a 6 to his 4. I'm a 5 to his 4.
He rolled a 6. He's got a 10. But you rolled 6 as well, so that pushes him back and shoves the knight back slightly. Wow. What a mess you guys have created.
And we locked here, right? Yeah, we did.
Correct.
Norman command pips.
4. 1. And 6.
Oh, ooh. So 4, 1, and 6. So Eustace has got 4 to work with, which finally he can do something with those.
It's always a good feeling when you come to the other side of the table.
I did tell you, Larry, if both
It's
of
only
us
taking you. It's only taking you about 5 hours.
Hey. So that I'm not playing this.
if we're both standing on this side of the table, Larry, it's not a good thing.
That's 1.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
So for you to just completely annihilate that, is it worthwhile right now? Wouldn't it be better for him to come over and start going after these guys? And I'm not trying to just, I'm just
Well,
asking you a question.
And here's the thing. Technically, those are still points on the table. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what he really needs to do is he needs to get that command to just dissipate. If you can get that command to dissipate, then all the points associated with that command come off the table. So he needs
Right.
half your army to go away. Breaking Harold's command would certainly be better if he could do it in a turn or two.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the question, is how many more turns before you break the other command. The other thing, too, is that command is still dangerous because Eustace is still pretty close to breaking himself.
Yeah.
His heavy foot and his rabble aren't likely to get over to Harold's command and do much damage anytime soon. His knights are his best bet.
Mm-hmm.
So now that there's a hole for them to charge through.
And here come the jab cav.
I'm going to have to keep them.
Well, they could have turned as they came.
Well, if I go like this, that's fine. I got to leave him a recoil or a fallback.
Oh,
just
fallback,
in
yeah.
case.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you have a unit of knights that's hitting the demoralized elite foot in the rear, and you're worried about a fallback?
You know, the one thing about this versus Zoom is the snacks are better.
I don't know. I got munchies at home when I was eating when.
Oh, that's right. You were eating at our last Zoom game, but you had to bring your own snacks.
Yeah.
Brian's bringing more knights in.
That's it for them. That command.
Just the jab cab. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go up against the lead foot. One here in the center.
All kinds of good stuff down here.
All right, so on this end of the table, we have knights crashing to the rear, and we have jab cab coming into the front, and then we have skirmishers fighting the
Now, when
general.
they go into bed going, they go down to three, right?
Correct, yeah. So that's what I
Jab
was
cab
checking to see
moving
if
in.
I just
Yeah,
double
but
checking
I
that
don't.
for myself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
But
jab
they
cab
they
through the
can
woods,
up
they
into
go
that,
really
yeah.
slow, but they can get there.
So that's 3. We got 3 left.
Jab cab going into the woods. More jab cab moving in. Trying to pull his general out.
That's not a good idea.
Why? Oh, that's right. He can kill that guy.
Yeah.
And that is a mistake that does happen sometimes. Better to pull him out with a skirmisher, but they're busy. Okay.
That's 1.
Gets a little confusing in here who's fighting who, but
Now, I believe these guys are all in line, right?
yes, they are. Should be.
I just want to make sure that they...
Just moving to your convenience, Larry.
That was actually to your convenience, my friend. Just saying.
And at this point, the generals are getting hangry.
It's the hunger kicking in. All right, that's all I am going to do for there.
All right.
All right. Knights hit
So
the,
Brian bravely hitting the elite foot in the rear
Yeah.
with the knights. All right.
So I'm
So
gonna
the
be a
knights
3.
are going to be a 3, and the elite foot is going to be a 2 -1 for
Being
demoralized.
So down to a 1. So 3 to 1. 4 to 6.
Okay, shattered. And the knights charge forward into their own guys. What do we got next? We got skirmisher, and we've got.
Yeah, let's go with the
Okay,
skirmisher.
so let's go with the skirmisher.
So
I'm
I'm
a-
a 1.
I'm a 5 to a 6 to a 7, back down to a 6.
You overlap.
And I'm
6 to
over.
1. I'm a 5 to your 7.
5 to 7.
All right.
Okay.
Here.
Jab
I am a 3 down to a 1. You're a 3, 4, 4 to 1.
3.
More demoralized 3.
Yep.
3 to 1.
3. So 3 to 1.
So I'm a 4.
4.
To 6. Just a fall back.
All right.
What was I?
6.
Why is my dad calling me? Let me take this real quick, sorry.
Double overlapped. I'm a 3. You're a 4 up to a 5.
Okay.
So I'm a 4. You're 7.
Ooh,
Falls
didn't
back.
quite double them.
Almost.
Almost. Pulling back. I think we're down to just jab cab on
So I'm a 1.
that spot there.
To your 4, 5. 5 to 1. 6 to 11. Let's back him up.
Just backing up. Okay.
Here.
Now we have a heavy foot and an elite foot that are both overlapped on each side. So
Where are we at?
we've got here, here, and here.
I'm going to go there first.
All right, skirmisher.
That's going to be 2 to 2.
Uh-oh.
8 to 4. Good lord.
So doubled and moved forward.
Oops. Let's go here next. You're going to be a 5 to my 4. I'm a 7 to your 8.
So this guy's going to be a 3 to his 5. So the Normans are going to be a 3 plus is 8. 5 is 10, so they just back up. And then we've got the skirmisher.
0 to your 3. 6,
7.
All right.
So Anglo-Saxon turn.
2,
2,
3,
3.
3.
But the Saxon command moves. Moving that column forward, moving those 4 forward, and then moving this line forward for 1, or this chunk forward for 1 command pip. So this gives you still have 2 left here, right?
Yep.
So 2 command points there. So where we left off, the Saxon charged down the hill, was able to kill another stand of knights and a javelin cavalry. That's enough to just take the Count Eustace command into the demoralized or shaken status. So now we have, this command is definitely demoralized, shaken, and nearly gone. But Count Eustace has a command control issue in that his command is now also shaken, and he has to roll really high in his command pips, or he could have problems keeping his guys on the board. So we've got 2 broken flanks here on both sides. In the middle, we have a standstill or standoff. The Normans have lost a stand of knights. They've lost a unit of heavy foot, but Harold's force is still intact. And then on this end, we have a mess at the top of the hill with some losses on both sides, but nobody having any kind of clear advantage. So at this point, we're going to roll the Norman command pips and see what happens, because if Eustace doesn't roll high, that flank could collapse.
3.
A 3, which is what he's going to need to keep us mounted in the action. A 5 in the center, and a 1 for Bishop Odo, who is still alive somehow.
Somehow.
Okay, so the issue now is, with this demoralized command in multiple groups, we have to give 3 commands. You've got 1 group here. This guy's in a fight, so he doesn't have to have a command. Mm-hmm. So you could command your column of knight and elite foot. You can command this knight. You can command the Jav Cav. Hold that guy. These guys are going to run. These guys are going to run. They're all running, though, within the radius of your general. Even with the shaken command here, you've got a command radius here. So none of them are running outside of command. If they ran outside of command control, then they'd just be picked up and lost from the board.
All right. So for 1 command point, I'm going to move him here.
Okay.
Hold these, and I'm going to move him, start running him towards Harold's command.
Okay.
So he can get to about there.
Try and get some action going on Harold's command before it's too late. So then what's going to happen with these remaining groups is they're just going to do a route move towards the rear. For the route, they will fall back, turn around facing their own board edge, and then make a full move, which for the skirmishers will be 5. And for these guys up here, they'll fall back, turn around, and then run 3 to the rear. And the important thing, too, is that if they were in a group, they no longer would be in a group. So none of Brian's were actually in groups, the ones that are routing now.
So if would they fall back first, come back this way, and then go?
In that case, because they were already
just go
pointed
that way?
I would just have them run that way. So, and the same thing with these guys, they're not really going to
Just
fall
gonna
back.
turn
A
and then-
fallback would only be if your back was to your rear.
Okay. So that takes care of that.
Okay, that takes care of that. So these are still in the game. They still count as points towards Brian's army. He hasn't lost the points. You won't lose them until they run off the board or make a route move while out of command range of the general.
Okay. All right. So for my 1 command point down here, Have the knights hit the skirmishers.
Ooh, in the open,
Yep.
in
So
the
that's
flank.
it for them.
Okay, that's one command pip.
5 here.
Can we make anything happen here?
I'm going to move the knight command through the skirmishers
Okay, so you move the knight command through the
to
skirmishers.
hit him for 1.
Knight stand, okay.
So I think what I will do is prepare for the next
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
next turn. So 1 there. And I think that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go into combat. We've got 1 here. I'm a knight 3. Uphill goes to 4. Demoralized 3. You are heavy foot. Starts at a 3. Demoralized 2. Hit in the rear 1. So 3 to 1. So
And
9 to
he
7.
is, yeah. Both rolled 6s, but the knight wins, shatters him, and charges forward into the rear of their general. That's going to leave a mark.
Oh, actually, we do have that combat.
You have a
there,
combat there. The difference is now, this guy was actually,
Yeah,
they should be lined up. The difference is now, the general is now double overlapped. So you've got an overlap here with knights on the side, knights in the rear, and then elite foot to the front.
Yeah. And he has me overlapped on that side. So
Right.
I'm going to start at a 5, but because I'm overlapped, I'm down to a 4, down to a 3 because I'm demoralized. You're going to start.
I'm at a 5, 6 to a general, 7 uphill.
Yep.
Down 1 from, so I'm back down to
Demoralized.
6 for demoralized, and I'm double overlapped.
Yep.
So you're going to be
I'm
a
going to be
4.
a 4.
4 to my. What did we determine? 3.
4, 2, 3.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep. So I'm an 8 to 8. They lock.
8 to 8, they locked. Okay.
Okay.
And the other difference is you had a place to fall back, the general did not.
Correct. Correct. Here, really the only combat we have is here. I'm a knight, so I'm a 3. Hitting heavy foot, which started at a 3. He's uphill 4, but he's double overlapped, so
2.
2. So
3 to 2.
You're 2.
Knight shatters.
So I'm a 4. They to 4.
And they lock.
4 to 4 lock.
Okay.
Okay, that was exciting.
Let's go here. Elite foot. So I'm a 5 down to a 3 because I'm double overlapped.
So a 4 up to a 5
Yep. So I'm a 4
to my
and a
9.
9, so he kills him.
Oh,
That hurt.
but charges forward, and now Bishop Odo has a target. Knight versus Skirmisher over here.
So I'm a 3.
Skirmisher's a 0.
I'm a 5.
I'm a 1. Or a
4.
4.
So now you're going to turn, putting your front corner where your other front corner was.
So right, I can't.
I don't.
And you can't, which means he's dead.
Okay.
No, by definition, you should be able to.
No look.
Because I'm here, so this pivots
Oh, it pivots
on that corner.
Oh, gotcha.
No,
I can't.
It doesn't even pivot on that corner.
What does it pivot on?
Let me go through. So
That's where I
the
have.
Skirmisher has lost the combat. This front corner must be replaced by this front corner. He can't do that because the enemy's in the way. So the Skirmisher cannot turn, therefore he's destroyed.
Okay, so now, with him being destroyed, when he goes to turn, does the knight follow up?
Well, because the knight destroyed the guy in front of him, he follows up. Because knights always follow up. Not because he was doubled, but because he's a knight and he destroyed the guy in front of him.
Okay. So wait.
For Saxon turn. And that's the other question is you guys, we're going to do the Saxon roll and then we can play this out. We have Nightfall.
Mhm.
So we can also wrap up the battle here shortly. Okay, so we're doing the Saxon mound.
6, 5.
Okay, so on the far end, what do we get?
5. Oh, on far end 3.
3 command points on the far end. And you have
I
1,
got 2 groups.
technically 2 groups.
Yep.
Well, he's in combat. He stays for free.
Right.
Not that he wants to, but he doesn't have a choice.
Brian's gonna love this.
I would have been disappointed if you did.
Doesn't change the combat roll, but does change the results.
Change the outcomes. Yes.
Low die dies.
Ooh. Didn't expect that one though. Okay.
Well, now my question is, let me think about that for a second. They were like that, right?
Yeah.
Would it be better for me to do this?
No.
No, because then
It's not
this
a
guy's
combat.
not. Right. Yeah, so I'll just do that.
So now you're turning on the flank. That's actually combat.
Okay. Then I'll use the last one to hold them. Yeah.
All right. So let's do a quick close-up video of the action down here.
Garth Godwinson has determined this is probably his last night on Earth and his last commands that he will issue. So he's busted up his line and he's turned into the flank of the knights, into the flank of the heavy foot. He's surrounded. So somebody go and die probably. But at this point, if he dies, he would have had a demoralized command with no general left. He's almost got a demoralized command with no troops left. All right. So
This. So I'm going to do something to bring. I don't want him with his flank there.
Well, not one more turn. No.
So I'm going to do this.
Okay. So let me catch that on the phone.
okay, so Harold's command coming down off the hill, charging into the Normans with one. They got 6 command pips, so you got lots of command.
This guy can't even turn on himself, can he?
He can turn exactly on himself.
So he could do this.
That's all. Yep. That would be a complete move for the Horde, is to turn 180 or 90 degrees.
Okay, I'll break the rest of these guys.
Yep.
I might bring, let me see, I'm just going to bring these guys up. Finish that move.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1. That's 2, so I'm down to 4.
Yep. This guy should probably be.
Well, I don't think I want to do that because he's going to get hit. I'm going to bring him, I might bring him back.
Okay.
So that he
Pulling
can
that
fall
back, to
back.
give him a fallback.
Yep.
That way he can get in the way of the heavy foot below him. Horde take up a lot of space.
Yes.
And then you had the guy that was down here getting ready to get hit by
Yeah,
William.
I got to do something there. So that was 3, right?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Takes 2 to put him back in line.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
I think. Can I do that coming through his zone of control?
Nope. Good point. He's got you. He's got your zone of control projected out there. That's going to stop him from swinging back into line. He can turn and face him.
I think I'll do that. Because I stay out of his zone of control, then, correct?
Just spinning around. Yep. Understood.
And do that. That shouldn't be 2 points because I went downhill. Is that correct?
Yeah, you didn't technically go back up the hill, so we'll call that a 1 point command. Tension builds as the end of the battle approaches.
So I got 2. I'm going to just bring these 2 guys back.
Okay, so the Horde is retreating back to the camp already.
Yes. Okay, so that's done.
What are we doing down here?
All right, 5.
Charging forward into the Jav Cav. Okay, so we've reached the point in the battle where the Saxons have decided to come off the hill
2.
Does that count as another? Can I go him with just one?
Yeah, he can
because
go
he was
with
on
them.
there.
Yep, he's part of the crew.
So that's down to 4. What the hell? I'll bring him all the way up.
Okay.
So that's down to 2. I think that's it then.
Okay.
Okay. We got to do this one down here. All right. So
The two commands that have done all the fighting all night.
So if I hit him, he'll be a 3 down to a 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a 3.
Down to a 2.
Why?
Demoralized.
Oh, and he'll be a 1. So it'll be 2 to 1.
2 to 1, but he shatters you.
And if I win, he doesn't have way to.
If you win,
Whoever wins dies.
Loser dies.
Yeah, whoever wins wins.
Yeah, loser dies. Loser dies.
So that would probably be my best bet first.
Well, it's a chance to save your general from
Yeah.
potentially certain destruction.
Because he'll be -1 if he's still
Yep.
around. Okay. All right, 2 to 1.
Ah, got me.
And he beat him by 1 point, rolling 4s. All right, so he's dead.
All right. So we're going to go here. So I'm a 5 to a 6 to a 7, down to a 6,
Down to
down
a
to
5.
a 5.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm a 3. 5, hitting the flank 4, demoralize 3.
Yep.
So 5 to 3.
5 to 3.
Hey.
Oh,
10 to 5. So
10 to 5.
double them.
and double him, so you charge forward.
Okay.
Well, Girth pulled the bacon out of the pan that time.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
So it's really interesting. This entire battle, the whole center of the line was push and shove, and over here, complete destruction and annihilation.
All right, we're going to go over here first. We're going to go with the double overlap.
Okay.
So I'm a 5 to a 6. You're a 5 to a 3.
Yep.
So 6 to 3.
12 to 8.
Pushes the knights back. Okay. You're going to go on the other end there first and work your way to the middle, or?
I think I'll go here because we got the double overlap.
Okay.
So I'm a 5 to a 6. You're a 3. Yep, 6 to 3. Yeah.
7. You're 8.
It's 8 to get.
7 to 8.
Yeah.
So you beat him by 1. All right. So Normans pull back.
Go here.
Okay.
Is that where I want to go first?
Hard to say at this point.
I think I'll go here.
Okay.
So I'm a 5 to a 6. You're a 5 to a 4. 6 to 4. 10 to 5.
10 to 5. Doubled. And the Saxon comes down off the hill.
All right. So now I'm a 4 to a 5. You're to a 4. 5 to 4.
I'm a 9. You're 10.
Okay.
6 to 5. 6 to 4.
6 to 4.
I'm 8. You're 10.
5 to 4. Uh-oh.
I'm a
We
7
lock.
to 5.
Lock.
Well, 6. I got
6
a 6 to your.
back it up.
4 to 6. Because he went to a down to a 4. Because he was overlapped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we locked.
Okay, you have the Knights and the Jab Cav.
So they're a 2, right? Or
They're
they're a 3.
They're a 3 and the Knights are
They're
a
a
3.
3.
Yep, they're both 3s.
So we'll go here first because, oh no, that's not overlap.
There's no overlaps anywhere.
So I'm
So
a
you're 4 or 4
Whoops.
to 3. So it's 4 to 3 either place, but here you can shatter.
4 to 3. I can.
Yeah, you can't kill him,
No,
but you can be shattered by that guy.
I'll go here first.
Lost.
9.
Nope. 9 to 8.
Why? Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
9 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have the
That
knights.
makes him a 4 to my 2.
4 to 2.
So I'm 7.
Uh-oh.
Tier 5. He's dead.
So that one's dead, and the knight charges forward.
All right, so now we're down here. We'll go here first. 4, 5. Down to a 4 to your 3.
So I'm a 5 to your 7.
So I'm a 4 to a 5, down to a 4 to your
1. 5. It's going to fall back.
All right.
Last bound for the Saxons, and we were discussing this slightly, and we've decided that since night has fallen, King Harold has held the hill.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it would come down to the next command pip roll, which would be interesting to see, because what we have is a situation where Eustace's command is basically demoralized or broken up, but he is in a position to get some mounted into the rear, which would cause a great deal of trouble for the Saxons. But the Saxons have a lot of expendable horde in the back protecting their line. William's now taken a few points of damage. And William's command and Odo's command are still holding up, but they are a couple of kills away from breaking. But this is the first actual damage to the Saxon center. Saxon right flank is about equal with Odo, on par with Odo's command. So at this point, what we basically have is what we call a draw, which is essentially the same as a Norman loss, because the Normans are going to have to withdraw. Night has fallen, and they're going to have to withdraw back to their camp, their ships, and probably leave because Harold has held this hill, and he's just going to get stronger with more reinforcements coming, while William doesn't have any help coming. So at that point, good game. And if you guys have any thoughts or comments you want to make on the video or the game before we wrap it up.
No, just, I've seen this battle played out several times before. It's always a good, hard fight. Difficult for the Normans, but they can win. When I did finally break through on my right flank, Larry's left, I wasn't able to exploit it quickly enough. And I really didn't have an answer for the center or the other flank at all. Larry's pretty much held me at bay there. So that was a fun game.
The command and control.
The command points that you
really
roll hurt you.
Yeah. Well, the command control that you had when you had the final breakthrough, you didn't have a chance to exploit it. Although your flank attack worked perfectly.
The flank attack worked, but then I couldn't take advantage of it.
Couldn't take advantage of it. And then the other thing that was interesting in this battle that I think was different, Brian, than every time we put this on before was we set up historically with the heavy foot in the middle instead of the heavy foot behind the mounted. And in the past battle, we had the mounted come up first and the heavy foot behind. I don't know that it was stronger or weaker because I've seen it go both ways. I've seen the mounted get into a lot of trouble because they didn't have the heavy foot close enough to support and they were out in front.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that I would probably try to do different if I was commanding William is I might try to have some gaps between. I know one of your strategies was you were trying to create a point where you actually had a hole in the shield wall that you could then plug with the mounted, which would have been a very powerful force. But instead, you just ended up getting pushed and shoved in the middle.
Yeah.
And this broke first. So.
Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't have an answer for the middle here. My strategy was not the correct strategy. Obviously, you'd have to tweak that a little bit. Larry played very well to hold that line. He was able to continue to pull up anybody who went forward up until a point where he felt comfortable enough to start coming down the hill. And then once he started coming down the hill and I'm not formed up very well, he's really picking me apart.
Yeah, that was a big advantage. I think, Larry, you timed it right. You came down the hill when you could get a bunch of double overlaps, and that's when you started picking off some of the heavy foot. And
well, if I wouldn't have went down the hill when I did, I'm afraid that my flank would have been to my detriment because
Right.
he would have just came right across the
Mhm.
hilltop.
No, I think
So
you kinda-
that was one thing, and like you said earlier in the evening or during the day, my job was not to
To
lose.
lose, right? So very different battle from that standpoint. Is your job is hold this position, not lose,
Right.
play for time.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of did use the natural day where we got started around the middle of the day. It's now evening. It's getting dark here. And like I said, it's a natural time to wrap it up. So,
Yep.
guys, I want to thank you for playing the battle.
Okay, Brian. Good game.
Great game.
Thanks for putting it on. Thank you for
My
hosting.
pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure, guys. Thanks again. And I hope everybody who's watching enjoyed the battle and hopefully
Again,
get a chance to try it
This
sometime.
is the game Triumph. Great set of rules.
The game's called Triumph. And hopefully some of you guys watching at home will get a chance to try this at a convention someday. We'll put this game on again. It's traveled around a few times. And I think we're moving on to Persians and Greeks again next. We're going to get that table out. So
And soon Indians and Macedonians.
Indians and Macedonians are up
So we've
next.
got some other things on tap.
All right. Thanks again for watching, guys.
Thank you.